Now, many people who are runners will come to me with a lot of hip problems and low back problems, and often we find that, well, there is some distortion, there's some twisting in the pelvis, and before I even get into what's going on with the pelvis, I'll begin to look what's going on below the pelvis. What sort of things, how are your legs able to support your pelvis? And often we'll find that there are a lot of restrictions in the feet. And because those your feet are really tied up, they're bound up, they're moving like a block of wood, then suddenly the rest of your body begins to have quite a bit of strain in it. Now, the woman I was working with just the other day was having some piriformis problems and sciatic pain running down her leg all the way down to her foot sometimes, was creating a problem that sometimes was difficult to sleep at night, was painful when she sat too long. And within just a short time, by working with the feet, we began to see that without even touching the pelvis, the structure of the pelvis began to realign itself. That literally the strain in the feet was moving all the way up the legs, up into the pelvis, up into the low back. And that when we took that strain out of the legs and the lower feet and began to create movement between all the different joints in the feet, that suddenly the pelvis actually began to have the support that it needed, and it began to feel relaxed. And it was only at that point that then I could begin to actually work on the pelvis and begin to fine-tune some of the adjustments that we were trying to accomplish. So oftentimes one of the beauties of Rolfing is that because we're looking at the relationships between different parts of the body, we're beginning to think of things in terms of how does the body feel, how does the body reacting, and not just listening to what hurts or what feels stuck the most. So when you begin to play with the different relationships and layer by layer begin to improve these relationships, then suddenly the ability to transform the structure that was really stuck into somebody who can move with no effort at all becomes reality.
As I said before, the collagen tissue is a very special tissue. It's a very special kind of a complicated protein tissue. And it is special in the sense that by the application of energy, you can change its length and its resilience. Now, as the Rolfer applies energy at this point perhaps and this point, at any rate in the neighborhood of the place where the tissue is built up into something of a hard little knot, as he applies energy there, the glue seems to dissolve. And all of a sudden he feels under his fingers that one muscle is moving on the other muscle freely, and that these two muscles can begin to operate in their respective directions, in the direction called for by their design.
Feel it moving there?
Yeah. Feels like a little piece of real thin wax paper sliding.
Mm-hmm. That's the fascia.
So if you'd like to improve your time while you're running and also run with more fluidity in your body and be more pain-free, I'm confident that Rolfing can help you. Go to my website or give me a call. How does that sound?